Lesley Hensell is the founder of Riverbend Consulting and has over 10 years in selling on Amazon and serving Amazon sellers. She leverages 2 decades as a small business consultant to solve the underlying business issues in online retail businesses, resulting in improved operations and profitability. And as we prepare to delve into our conversation on the topic at hand, how to launch and grow an Amazon business in 2024, here's an exciting twist. So let us tickle the brains of our guest first. So Lesley, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's get started. And here comes my first word, curiosity.
The cat.
Invention.
Jeff Bezos.
Future.
Elon Musk.
Dream.
Beach.
Book.
I published one.
Awesome. Let's talk about it in a while. Past.
I'm sorry?
Past. I said past.
Oh, family.
Okay. And then Amazon.
Growth.
Universe.
God.
Leadership.
Struggles.
Okay. Last one is customer. Though customer should be first. Customer is last in this series.
Challenging.
Challenging. Okay. But if we win their
Challenging.
hearts, we can go places. Amazing. So amazing participation in the first rapid fire round. And before I formally welcome you to the show, let me welcome the audience. So folks, welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value not only to your life, but also to your career. And thank you so much for tuning in. So let me welcome Lesley now. Lesley, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice. Thank you so much for being part of our journey in shaping the lives and careers of millions across the globe. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Same here. The moment I saw your profile and especially about creating business and serving customers on Amazon, that's something which intrigued me a lot and I couldn't wait contacting you. So let's get started and let's get the ball rolling. And here comes my first question out of the conversation. So Lesley, so talk to us about your success mantra, as in the top 3 things that have contributed to your success so far.
So I think having drive is super important, and that means understanding why you're doing what you're doing. I have a family with a couple of children who have had some challenges over their young lives, and that's really pushed me to be successful in business, to have the resources we've needed to help them. So that's definitely a number one. Secondly, you mentioned customers, and I said challenging. That's because the clients that I work for are having really difficult problems, but I love the problem solving. So I think having a problem solving motivation really helps you in business. And I think third is, and so one of my answers was God. You said universe. I think one of the important things is having some kind of a spiritual home base, no matter where that is, to try and gain some peace and some centering, because the wild world of business is wild right now. Yeah. And so you've really got to be able to see the long view.
Good one. That was crisp. And let's move forward to the next question. I would like to understand the toughest lessons that you have learned in your entrepreneurial journey.
So, you know, what's really hard sometimes is to keep going when you've lost. Mm-hmm. And so part of what I spend my time doing is helping people with their Amazon accounts who they've been told they're shut down. They've been told, no, you can't come back. And it's very repetitive and it's exhausting and you want to quit, but persistence wins as much as strategy. Persistence wins as much as resources. People think that if they have strategy and resources, they're going to win. No, you have to have persistence.
Okay, got it. And let's move forward and talk about these budding entrepreneurs and individuals who are seeking a side hustle effectively if they can navigate the complexities of selling on Amazon, especially considering the competitive landscape, right? So how do you think these budding entrepreneurs can thrive in this environment?
So I get the question a lot of, is it still profitable? Can you even make money selling on Amazon? And the answer is definitely yes.
Hmm.
There's still so much opportunity out there. The riches are riches. I think a lot of people have heard that phrase before. So the challenge is, can you find products that aren't already completely saturated on the Amazon platform? So something that has a new feature, something that's in high demand, something that's your great idea, or a product from a manufacturer that you meet or a retailer that you know that they sell through wholesale or distributors or at retail stores, but they don't sell on Amazon yet. So
Yeah.
there's still great opportunity, especially if you're willing to do the treasure hunt to
Hmm.
find the best products.
Hmm. So, Leslie, you have extensive experience in online retail and Amazon selling. So, what strategies or checklists do you recommend for building a sustainable and most importantly, long term business on the platform?
That is such a great question because a lot of people still see online business and side hustles as just a thing you do without organization. Just because it's a virtual type business doesn't mean it's not a real business. So you still have to set it up like a real business. And that means from day one, you need to set up your books, meaning you need to understand how much you're spending and how much is coming in. Too many people wait until the end of the year to balance their books, and they find out that they've made more money than they thought and they could have invested more, or that they haven't made money at all and they should have changed their strategy. So basic fundamental of setting up your books. And then another thing is to actually write stuff down. I'm a big fan of SOPs, as they're called, standard operating procedures, because as a side hustle, if you grow your business, you're going to have to outsource some of your tasks to virtual assistants or to friends or family members, and you want them to do it the way it needs to be done, right? And again, this is one of those side hustle things, right? If it's a side hustle, I'm not going to write down procedures. Yes, you
Yeah.
do, because that's how I had my kids pack and ship orders, and that's how I have VAs who handle
Mhm.
my customer service and my reimbursements on my account. So
Mhm.
if you can take the time to set up processes and write them down, you can grow so much faster, and you can find these other resources so you're not just like a slave to the business all the time.
Mm. Got it. And even I'm a big fan of SOPs because I'm a Six Sigma guy and I can understand the importance of SOPs. I think you made a right point there. And now let's talk about some success stories or examples of sellers who have benefited by seeking your help and support, and how did they grow and what worked for them, etc.
So I'll tell you, when you sell on any e-commerce platform, it's everything seems almost like pretend. You're not in the store where the customer comes back to you and hands you the product and says, "I don't like this." And that's where people stop making money and stop being profitable, is when they have too many returns
Yeah.
or their product just isn't good quality and people don't like it. So I'm a big fan of running reports inside of Amazon or whatever platform you're on, and really parsing those reports and figuring out which products don't work. So I'll give you an example. I had a seller who sells Nike branded clothing and does extremely well with it. And then one quarter, his profitability dropped like a rock. It was crazy. And his return rate skyrocketed. And Amazon was on his case saying, "What is wrong with you? These ASINs, we're going to suspend all these products that you're selling. You can't sell this and that." And he was baffled. So I went with him. I went through all of his returns reporting and his sales reporting. And we saw that over and over, this one line of clothing said too small, too small, too small on all the
Ah.
return comments.
Uh-huh.
But he had never delved into the reporting.
Mm.
It's right there for the taking. And so as soon as he found that, he actually reached out to Nike. They let him return all that too small merchandise to them and get a credit. And it cleaned up his account instantly. And then we have a lot of A lot of clients who work with us who we help them with diversification. I'm a huge fan. Like, even whether, we talked about a side hustle, that's diversifying your income streams, right? But in online selling, you can diversify. So we have clients that we've helped them to sell more than one way inside of Amazon or on more than one e-commerce platform. And it really helps you sleep well at night and have those additional streams of income that are there to help you and your family.
Wow. I love the example. I think it is essential for us to understand and review the comments, right? Especially when it comes to returns, and that is going to give us a lot of insights. And in this case of in this particular case, right? Probably seller would have, if at all he would have reviewed at the early stage, he would have not gone there. But it must be a great learning for him. Wonderful. I loved it. Now let's talk about some key factors or traits that differentiate successful Amazon sellers who focus on long-term success from those who just choose or chase short-term gains.
So at long term is one of the keys right there, because so many Amazon sellers who are hustling, they are only thinking about the next day. And that can really put you in a bind financially. And it's exhausting too, because then every day you're just running and running and running. So number one is know your numbers. Mm-hmm. You need to understand by product which products are profitable and which are not. Are you having to mark down the price? Are you able to keep the price high? Are you able to readily get more of that stock? So knowing your numbers is absolutely number one in my book. And then number two, like I mentioned earlier, is learning what to outsource and when. If you try and do everything yourself, you will burn out. There's so many aspects to any online business because you have customer service, you have inventory management, you're sending stock to Amazon or shipping the orders directly out to people. There's a lot to do. Sourcing your goods, that's full-time job in itself if you're a large seller. So learning how to delegate is really important, and then giving those SOPs out so you can delegate more and more.
Mm-hmm. Great. And I have another question, something interesting. Like, do you know of any sellers who have been there for maybe ever since Amazon was launched? I mean, the moment they spread their wings into the e-commerce space, not just right from the time of selling books.
Yes. So I know a few sellers who started back in, I think it was like 2005.
Okay.
And then FBA started, I think, around 2007 or 8. So FBA is where instead of shipping orders yourself, you ship all of your goods to the Amazon warehouse and they fulfill the orders. And that's when a lot of people started jumping in. And I started selling in 2010. And it's fun that you said books, because the first thing I started selling was used books.
Oh, nice. And also, and also one more basic question. When we say long-term, right? Long-term means different things to different people, right? So what is average long-term in case of this online e-commerce business?
So like your view or your planning, I think long-term planning in an Amazon store, it's probably 6 to 9 months. And because things do change very quickly as far as demand for different products. And also what you're always planning for is the end of the year. Most profits are made from mid-October through mid-January on Amazon and other e-commerce platforms. So all of your planning really has to be to maximize that period of time. You can still make money year-round, but that's when the gold is made.
Right. Got it. And this has been amazing conversation, and it's time for us to add some more excitement and some more spice to the episode. So which means I'm going to bring in the second rapid fire round. Are you okay?
I'm ready.
All right. I love the spirit. Here comes my first bullet. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
It would say, okay, this is like such a personal thing. It would say, stop childhood cancer, because one of my kids had cancer, and that's what we spend our extra time on, is raising money to stop childhood cancer. Sorry, that was long.
Oh yeah, no. I think that is important. It has to be emphasized, and this message has to go. And I completely get where you're coming from. So such a profound message. So let's move forward. And again, this is a funny one. If you are given a chance to swap your life with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
Okay, I would love to be Jeff Bezos for a day for two reasons. One is I could give edicts to solve all of the stupid problems at Amazon that they cause for sellers. And number two is I would give away so much of his money to charity.
Oh. I love it. I love it. And can you describe yourself in just one word, Lesley?
Mommy.
And
the most important thing I do is that I'm a mommy.
Good one. And tell me three things that start with never have I ever.
Never have I ever gotten a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Never have I ever smoked anything of any kind.
Mm. Mm.
And never have I ever been to India or Pakistan, and I'd like to visit both someday.
So you have a host in me. Anytime you happen to visit Hyderabad or India, please give me a call. This
is so beautiful. I would love to.
Yeah. This is amazing place to visit. And yeah, good. And here comes the last one for the rapid fire. What is one electronic gadget that you like to invent or see?
There have been all of these movies in the past where there's this little thing that you can inject in someone's body and it goes around and fixes things. Oh, if I could do that, that would be the coolest.
Loved it. And great rapid fire with that. Let's flip back to the mainstream. So before I let you go, here comes the last question, Lesley. So can you provide some insights into the role of branding, customer service, and also product differentiation in building a successful Amazon business that stands out amidst a lot of competition that is out there today?
Such a great question. And there's some really basic answers that should excite people who are new to Amazon, because there are national brands, global brands that don't do a good job on Amazon with their branding. And that opens up opportunities for people like me and you to compete against them with a specialized version of their product, an improved version of what they are selling, and then to have beautiful, wonderful branding. So a lot of times these huge brands, they just rely on third-party sellers to put photos up and listing detail pages. On Amazon, when I launch a product, so number one goal, you need to have all 7 image spots filled. And that means that you don't just have a product image, you show people using the product. And if you can, you want to show people using the product who are beautiful women, pictures that include babies, and here in the United States, dogs. So if you can show beautiful women, babies, and dogs with your product, they sell better. I know it's crazy, but it's true. Also, you need video. Now you can put video with your products and you can show them in context in a room. You can show them being used. That really helps sell because it sparks people's imagination. The words that you use in the product listing are so important. And here's a big one. Keywords on the back end of the listing. There's hundreds of characters. You load up with keywords, then you're going to use those same keywords in your advertising on Amazon and in your listing detail page so that people searching for your goods, it'll pop up quickly. So I know those are all so basic, but they get neglected even by great sellers who think, oh, I don't need to spend that much time. You really do. And when you invest that in your listing detail pages and invest in those gorgeous photos and in the videos, it will automatically make you stand out.
Wow. Such a set of valuable insights. And I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice platform? Is this your first Indian podcast or have you ever been featured on any other Indian podcast?
I've done a few other podcasts, but they rarely have fun questions like the Never Have I Ever and the lightning round. That just makes it so much more interesting.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And looking forward to hosting you again in future. And thank you so much once again for sharing amazing insights on how to be a great seller on Amazon in 2024. And look forward to many more episodes and have a great time ahead, Lesley.
Thank you so much, Naveen.
All right. So friends, that was our episode with Lesley Hensell. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request for you. In case if you haven't already subscribed to the Guiding Voice podcast, please subscribe from wherever you have tuned in, because subscribing helps you helps you keep updated on the new episodes. And also, if you have enjoyed this conversation, request you to share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like TGV, the guiding voice, and so spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Right now, let's talk about the trivia. Now that we have had amazing conversation with Lesley Hensell on how to be a great seller on Amazon, I thought I would present you a few lesser known facts about Amazon. So here comes the first one, Amazon's logo. And have you ever noticed the little yellow arrow in Amazon's logo, which not only points from A to Z, but also represents a smile, indicating the company's commitment to customer satisfaction. In fact, that's why they brand themselves as Earth's most customer centric company. And the second one is about Amazon's first product. The first product ever sold on Amazon was not a book, but a fluid dynamics book called Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, Computer Models of the Fundamental Mechanisms of Thought by Douglas Hofstadter. And this choice was deliberate to symbolize Amazon's ambition to offer a wide range of products beyond just books. And third is about AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is one of the most profitable wing of Amazon, one of the most revenue generating wing. And in fact, AWS has about 34% of market share in as of the recent metrics. And AWS is the cloud computing platform of Amazon, and it was born out of an internal initiative to improve the company's infrastructure. In 2002, during a strategic planning meeting, the then CEO, Jeff Bezos, mandated that all teams should expose their data and functionality through service interfaces, and that actually led to the development of what later became AWS. So this is it from my side, from the fun facts about Amazon. Likewise, if you are aware of any interesting trivia or fun facts about Amazon, do feel free to share with me. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there, or if you have found this episode on audio platforms, on some social media platforms, feel free to leave your comment there, and I would be happy to review them in future episodes. So folks, that's it for today. So thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV community. So folks, we would love to hear from you. So do not hesitate to share your thoughts, share your feedback, ideas, either through social media platforms, or you can also email us at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com. Let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, a lifelong learner, and my goal is to have impactful conversations that improve not only your life, but also your career. So until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember, the future holds great things because the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care.